Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is the third and final part in this three-part series. This part is going to focus on Instana and why having an observability platform like Instana is very important when dealing with newly containerized applications or cloud native workloads. You might be asking yourself, well, how does Instana sort of fit into this whole process, right? And like I mentioned, earlier within the demo, traditional APMs just don't really provide that visibility that is needed when dealing with cloud native, applications that are using technologies like containers or microservices. Because as you begin to scale those containers and microservices, right? Let's say a business might have, hundreds of containers, right, or thousands of microservices. It's really, really hard to sort of know what's happening within each single service. And if something does go wrong, it oftentimes takes clients an extremely long time to sort of try to figure out how and where the issue is happening. So that's where Instana comes in. Right? So I'm gonna head over to my Instana um, instance right here. So there we go. So here's my Instana instance that's currently running. As you can see, this is the infrastructure view of Instana. And this isn't going to be an in-depth Instana overview, just an FYI. But just a quick brief overview of Instana and how it fits in with OpenShift and this new deployment that we've created. So as you can see, I do have Instana currently monitoring my cluster right here. We can see our three nodes right here, and we can actually dive into this specific Instana zone. And again, right, we see our different hosts that are up and running, and we can go ahead and take a look at the CPU usage, all the KPIs of my cluster. But what's more important to me is that I want to see this, I want to see the monitoring of this new, deployment that I've made, right? So we can just head over into Kubernetes, and then we can head into my cluster. And then within my cluster, I can head over into my namespace. And if you remember, I was working within this demo video namespace. So we can go ahead and, sorry, go ahead and as you can see, here it is, right? So within this demo video namespace, I currently have one deployment currently running, with one service and one pod. So we can go ahead and click into that. And we can see that, within the time that we were talking, right, Instana already, discovered that I made a new deployment to this demo video namespace, and it's actively monitoring this new deployment. Um, as soon as I deployed it, right? And there really isn't much going on here because it is a very simple application, right? All it does is show the system properties of my machine. But if you're an organization that has, an application that's getting, lots of requests from users and it's getting, lots of input coming in, right? This is going to be really, really useful for you because, and this is especially for DevOps teams, because once you make a new deployment to OpenShift, Instana will instantly pick up and discover that new deployment, and it will start to give you, metrics on that new deployment so that you can know whether that deployment is a good deployment or a bad deployment, right? Meaning, are there, are your users running into lots of errors? Are they getting good response times? Is this deployment using way more, CPU or memory than it's supposed to, right? So that's really where Instana can come in. It tells the story of, having workloads that are running in TWAS and then modernizing them to Liberty on containers in OpenShift, right? And then now that they're containerized, using a cloud native friendly, APM or observability platform like Instana to sort of tie everything together and bring that observability and visibility that is really needed when it comes to cloud native workloads. So that's the demo. Hopefully you found it useful. If there are any questions, feel free to shoot me a Slack or shoot me an email. And yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.